Welcome to the Superfacts Show on the Superfacts Network, featuring St. Laz, who also hosts the popular web series Gem Pop, and music journalist Mark Walter Ward. They have discussions about hip-hop, culture, society, philosophy, and everything else. Now available on YouTube and wherever else you get your podcasts. What up, world? It's your boy Mark Walter Ward, Superfacts Show, Superfacts Network. Today we got Trackdilla, songwriter, producer, just musician extraordinaire. How you doing today, brother?
I'm great, Mark. Thank you for having me, my brother. Thank you.
Oh, no doubt. Shit. Like I said, thanks for being here. You know, when they sent your bio over to me, and I was telling them off camera, I was totally familiar with Trackdilla as a producer, dating all the way back to I think a 2012 song. You had Razzcast with 2 Chainz, and it was still when you put the player circles next to the name so people know who he was.
Yeah.
And before we even get into anything, I got a story about that, man. I know you know for a long time online, especially like Facebook with like older rap heads, they was debating if 2 Chainz could rap or not, right? So I would often pull that song up as proof because, you know, he spit hard on that verse. That shit was lyrical. Yeah, so like I was sharing that song maybe 4 or 5 times a year to somebody to demonstrate my faith in 2 Chainz rapping abilities for like 10 years. So this is like surreal. I'm talking to you, and we finna get into like international music and Drake parties and some more shit. Hey, I'm proud of your success, brother. That's what's up.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
So let me read this line from your PR, or I guess your EPK. It's so honest because I was telling them off camera. You get these things and it's like a dude rapping on some crack baby shit, and it says he's like a combination of Nas, Jay-Z, and Biggie, and they just be straight nonsense. But yours is actually well written and accurate. It says, Trackdilla is a renaissance man for a digital age, one who combines his international background into a global sound that effortlessly fuses the classical and the modern. And you know, like I was saying, telling you, you're part of a very successful group, I Do, and with a huge hit song, and then you co-produced, I wasn't sure, and co-wrote. Yeah, I knew you had a writing credit on Lexy Panterra's big hit "So Good," and
I produced the beat. I produced the beat and co-wrote.
And that's just such an eclectic, disparate mixture of music. Music. Is that from like your personal story, living in many places? I mean, I always say definitely. Good musicians are fans of good music. So like, well, what are all these genres like? And usually these are boring questions, but this is interesting in your case. What are the genres you've been exposed to and worked in?
Well, I just like to. I've always blended all genres together, and I've been doing it for so many years that I do it so well. Sometimes you have no idea. I mean, unless you really know music, and then you be like, "Damn, oh, you did that," you know. Then you can hear it. That's why my sound has always been very original. You know, and the beats and everything that I've done, we can go back years back and listen to it today. You'll be like, wow, it's still relevant, you know, because I just use some elements that stay on for forever. I don't really have a problem jumping from like producing an R&B record to like a island vibe record to an Afrobeat to you know to
a Busta Rhymes smash hit record.
Yeah, you know,
exactly.
So it's a part of me. It's a part of my cultures and all the places that I lived. That's in me. So it's in my music.
What are some of the places you've lived at?
I lived. So I was born in Africa in Angola, and then from there I went to France, and then from France I came to LA, and then I moved from LA to Miami, and then I came back to LA. So that's pretty much all of me right there.
Is it really less racist in France for Black people?
Nah, it's the same, but the racism in France, I like it better. This is funny, but I like the racism better in France because it's in your face. They let you know in your face, you know, instead of like here in America, it's like, you know, they act like they like you, but they don't, you know.
Oh, that's because you in Cali. You can go to certain places in America.
Oh, yeah, no,
they'll be more than happy to let you know. Trust me.
That's true. That's true. We went on tour. I forgot where we went, but there's places in America too that that will let you know as well.
Hey, have you ever found that, or maybe I don't want to put no words in your mouth, but did you discover that American musicians aren't as knowledgeable as they probably should be about the roots of literally every genre in African music?
Yeah, that's true. I always have this talk with, anytime like I link up with a musician, or like right now I'm doing like a lot of Latin records, and they play me stuff, and I'm like, do you know that this comes from my country? And then we're like, how? And then I play them stuff for like from the 70s and stuff that comes from Angola, and then they listen like, oh, this is the rhythm. I say, yeah, this is where it came from, you know. It came from there, and then with like slavery and everything, we just like got to all these islands and stuff.
Yeah, that was gonna be my next point, because you know a lot of people from Africa ended up settling on tropical islands, and you know if you don't have if you don't have Africans in the islands, you don't have dub plates. If you don't have dub plates, you don't have rap.
Exactly.
But I hardly ever hear people giving, you know, they'll still talk about b-boys and graffiti and shit, but I don't hear them talking about the Ease Up Selector as much as they used to, you know?
Yeah. And I think it's just like people, you know, it's just like, you know, you have the knowledge. So it's like they can also research the knowledge, like especially nowadays, you know, you can go on YouTube, if you can find anything online and find that. There was a guy, I forgot, I stumbled on his video before. Like every time somebody will drop a record with a sample, he'll go back and find the original sample and then like put it in it. So for the new kids, like for the new kids to discover like the previous sample.
Nah, I know exactly what you mean, bro. I'm 43, right? And you know, like right around like the Chronic and shit was coming out, and then Doggy Style and all that. Somebody, you know, I was in the DC area, and I don't know who the fuck did it, but at a little, like, they weren't called swap meets, but it was basically like a swap meet. Somebody would make tapes that it have a little bit of like the Snoop song, and then the Dramatic song is sampled, or the Parliament song or whatever. And that's how I got hip to a lot of that shit.
Yeah. Now it's crazy. The Chronic 2001 is one of the best rap album ever. Like the production is amazing. Like
shout out Mailman.
Yeah, you know, like, you know, I work with Scott Storch, so like I worked and we lived together in the same house, and just seeing him produce, and like after I listened to that record back in France, I'm like, wow, this is amazing, you know. And the way they sample things, and it's like you have no idea. There's so many samples in there, but you have no idea if you don't know music.
Word, you know? Man. Man, shout out to Scott Storch, man. I feel sometimes like they pay too much attention to the spectacle that he's admirably overcome.
Right.
And not only the comeback from it, but just the amazing ability. Like they give him mad love for his piano playing, but I don't feel like he gets anywhere near as much love for his actual production skills.
No, the production is crazy.
I mean, he gets credit for sales and stuff, but I'm talking about, like, I've always felt like he got the ability. Like, there's some people that make beats, there's some people that make beats and play instruments, and then there's some people, which I suspect that you are, that know how to work with an artist to make the song better. Right. Whether it be getting them in the right mind state or saying a word different or whatever.
No, Storch is extremely talented, and like he's a musician that knows how to produce. Because a lot of musicians, they can play all day, whatever you want, but they don't know how to produce. They're just like machines, you know. So he knows how to produce. He knows how to swing the drums, and like, you know, I mean, you hear it. The biggest record is produced some of the biggest record on the planet.
Ever, you know?
Yeah. So, yeah. Shout out to Storch, definitely.
Shit, you getting there though, bro. Let me ask you something. You know, I'm sure like when people interview you, they want to ask you about all the people you work with and talk about famous people, but I'm interested in you and your music. Like I truly find the scope of your abilities to be just beyond the typical, and just I can't even come up with enough adjectives, just outstanding. But like I can kind of tell listening to some of the music, and maybe I'm overselling myself, but I can tell that you got a hand in writing a lot of hooks, and you got a real knack for that in a way that, like, I feel it's harder to write a non-rap hook than any other. Like I feel writing a rap hook can somewhat be easy. Like,
yeah, it's very easy to write a rap hook. You know, it's not that complicated. But like when you want to do international sound and stuff, like you really have to like. Well, my process is just like I create the beat, or I create like just a loop or whatever. And then I just, like, right now I'm at my house, like I got the mic right here, and I just go and I just start like flowing just ideas of melodies. And then I grab all these melodies and I start blending them until I got the main melody. And then that's how, like, I come up with hooks. And then I just do the melodies, and I'll send it to writers, and then they put the words and stuff. So yeah, my project, I'm really excited about my project. I finished recording my album.
The one with the Rotimi single that just
Yeah,
came
yeah,
out?
the one that has the Rotimi single on it. I got 16 songs. I have very, very big features on it. I can't say any names right now.
Well, you can say Play-N-Skillz before you even go on. You know, I was in Texas.
Play-N-Skillz on the album. Yeah, they are.
I know how big a deal that is, and I'm curious, what was their role? Did they co-produce the song with you?
Yeah, they co-produced and they wrote the song. They wrote the song for me. They wrote the song for me. They wrote so I send them the original beat idea, and then they came back with the song, and then they came back with the idea. Play called me, he's like, "Yo, I got this idea, like just pay attention to the hook, you know."
Right.
So then he sent it to me, and I listened to it. I called him, "Yo, this is a hit record. Like this is crazy. We got to do something with that, you know." So then I hit up Rotimi to jump on the hook, and then Rotimi brought his little swag to it, and then and I hit up Dilla Ghetto to do a verse because I really wanted to be both world, you know, like so I bring the Afro, and Rotimi brings the Afro and the R&B. Dilla Ghetto brings the reggaeton, and Play-N-Skillz, you know, biggest Latin DJ producers, so they brought the vibe to it too.
Yeah, bro, it ain't too many clubs that can't put that in the rotation. You know what I mean? That's getting played everywhere.
Yeah, it's getting played already in clubs, on radio. Like the start of the record is like, you know, and we're just getting started. We haven't really like we're just getting started. We did everything organically with the label. What I did is I told them, like, because we have like a real big budget behind it, but the mistake that a lot of labels do is just like they go straight up, burn all the money, you know. So I was like, let's release the song organically, no ads, no nothing. Let's just see the territories that are picking up the record, you know. So now we have like the top 10 countries, and wherever the song is like really like popping, and then now we put the money into those markets, you know, and that's what we're doing right now. So it's moving really well. You know, like today I just got the thing right here. Let me see. It's like on the iTunes store. The song picked number 9 in the US on the world music chart, number 8 in South Africa, number 13 in Italy, and number 23 in in Japan, you know. So it's just like, it's amazing, you know.
So you on top of the business and all that, huh, man?
Yeah, I am. The way I did, so I signed this record with BMG and OM Record. The way I did it is like, it's still my label Heavy Hustle Music. So it's my label and a deal with them. So they handle everything that's marketing and stuff. And but I oversee everything. Like, so nothing gets done until I say, and you know, I have the last word. So it's a great partnership.
So how lucrative is your African fan base for you? Like what is doing well in that market translate? Because I've always felt that like in everything Africa's underserved, and there's a lot of money to be made there, in a way that can help people too, like how Akon be doing.
Yeah, when I released my very first single last year in August, I focused primarily on Africa. It was very important for me, you know, because I had to talk with Dre London, my manager. So we're like, we need to focus on Africa first, you know, to really make sure, like, you know, we got the continent ready. So we did a heavy campaign in Africa. It was on like 23 radio stations playing 3 times a day, like all the TV station that you can think of, the song is playing. So Africa was like the very beginning of that, you know, and I even won an award for like best music video with this African award. And then from there, we took it to Europe and then brought it back to the States. So that's kind of how like we marketed me. And then now I release stuff, and I have Africa support, I have Europe support, I have the whole world supporting. So that's amazing.
You know, I'm not too hip, so but I'm curious, do most African musicians who come and find success in the US continue to try to be relevant in the African market, or do they overlook it to try to get bigger in the US?
I think the number one thing is everybody wants to be big in the US, and it's like, I tell people, like, there's a whole world out there. Like the US is literally just a stamp. Like when you get a #1 record in the US, it's just a stamp to let you know that, you know, okay, you made it to the US. But there's artists that have way more money than rappers that's in the US that have #1 record. And they're touring in Africa, they're touring all around the world, you know, and they're selling crazy records all around the world, you know. I work with an artist from Japan. Her name is AI a few years ago. And at that time, she was like so big in Japan. Like she had like Coca-Cola sponsorship and everything. But she come here, like nobody knows her. But over there, she's selling 10 million physical copies, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You know, Left Eye was real big in Japan. Like they only released her solo rap album in Japan, and I know it charted and all that. And I know Kellis is good in Japan the rest of her life.
Yeah, very true, very true.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I'm of the opinion that the #1 goal for a musician is to be able to create a career where they can, their only job is making music. And if you got whatever market that works in, shit, it's better than going to work at Walmart or even like, you know, college office jobs. You know what I mean? Exactly. Like that music is where it's at, you know?
Exactly.
So like, you know, I said I wasn't going to talk about all the famous people and shit, but you brought up your manager and you met him at a Drake mansion party.
Yeah, so I'm friends with Drake, and I'm OVO affiliated. So
it wasn't one of them insecure parties with like the little cutout where the girls were taking pictures with the Drake cutout. He was
no. You know, that was at his house here in Hidden Hills. So like I've been doing like promotion for OVO for a very long time. So every time there's a private party, like I'm in charge of inviting the guests and stuff. Right. So yeah, that's how I met Dre London. He was at the house, and then we were having drinks. We met. I introduced myself, he introduced himself, and we were just vibing right away. Like I had no idea it was Post Malone manager or anything like that. We never even talk about that. We were just like talking about life, and then we exchanged number. And then the next day he hit me up, and that's the next day I realized when he hit me up that he had put like Dre London. He put Dre London Post Malone's manager. That's when I found out that's who he was. And then he's like, yeah, I like your vibe. Let's link up. Like play me some music, you know. And then we set it up. The following week we linked up, and at the time he was managing Lexy Panterra. So I already had the record ready for Lexy, you know. So I prepared the record already. So when I went to the meeting, I was like, yo, check this out for Lexy. And he was like, wow, this is exactly what I was looking for. So that's kind of how, you know, it all went down.
I mean, you're underselling that, bro. You mean the #1 record? The Lexy Panterra, like ginormous hit motherfucking see that's why that might have been why homeboy fuck with you, man, because you got such a different aura than most people. Because most people that got your accomplishments, it's like you don't even have a conversation with them. It's they're reciting their resume off to you.
Yeah. Now every time somebody asks me who I work with, I'm like, I get my mind just go blank, like I can't even think. But I'm just very humble. I don't like, you know. For me, everyone is someone. Everyone is human. So like, and anyone at any time can do something for you, and vice versa. So don't look down on people, and it's just like, you know, just be cool, you know. Like we're in a new era. Like all of that, like, you know, walking around with chest out is played out. You know, just be cool, have a good vibe, and that's gonna get you in more doors in like more rooms that you can ever imagine.
Man, you ain't never lie, man. If any musicians listening to this, you can take a lesson from this man, because if you concentrate on the music, everything else will follow.
Exactly.
But if you chase the other shit, the music gonna suffer, so you more likely ain't gonna get the other shit.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know, before we get out of here, I just want to ask about I woke up in Kingston, man. That shit jams like a motherfucker.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know what's happening right now? We woke up in Kingston. Because the new record is doing so well, we have now people are streaming Woke Up in Kingston, and Woke Up in Kingston is charting right now too.
You know how you made the Rotimi record your featured song on Spotify?
Yeah.
But without me doing nothing, Woke Up on Kingston played next automatically.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
But only if I clicked it from there. If I clicked it from your popular songs, it stayed in your catalog.
Right. Yeah, no, that's a big record. You know, shout out to J.Lauryn, and yeah, that record is amazing. Until today.
I mean, y'all a group, right?
Yeah. We're a group. Yeah. We're still a group. We released an EP with 5 songs that did pretty good. And we did that with Ultra Music. That was the deal that we had with them.
Is there more coming?
Yeah, we have some more coming right now. She's focusing more on the songwriting while I'm doing the solo stuff. And then, you know, we're gonna meet back again soon. And we already have records ready to go, you know, like we're always working, you know. She just sent me a banger like a couple of days ago. So
yeah, I know shit gotta be the right time for everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I know what you mean. Like I like to push. I like the organic beginning of the album, and then maybe, you know, it reaches a certain point where now it's time to put your neck on their throats with the marketing. That's smart. You know what I mean? Hey, bro, like you ain't spitting nothing but top flight game here. I hope any young musicians or people just who want to be successful in the industry can hear this and take some lessons. I really appreciate your time. It's been an honor meeting you. Before you get out of here, you think you could let everybody know where to find you, your music, that good stuff?
Thank you, Mark, for having me. Yeah, you can find me on IG at Trackdilla, Trackdilla, and my Facebook page is Trackdilla Music. And yeah, those are the biggest platforms to find me out right now. My website is under construction. We're rebuilding it, so it's not available right now. And yeah, just reach out to me. I try to answer to all my DMs. I'm very active, so just reach out to me, whatever it is, you know, if you need an advice or whatever, I'm here.
Man, that's what's up, brother, man. Man, you have a good night, brother.
Thank you. You too. Thank you.
No doubt, man. You take it light. Peace.
Okay. All right.
The Superfacts Network, home of Jump Pop, SDE, and the Superfacts Show, now available on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts from. Come check out St. Laz, G from the Shop, and Mark Waldo Ward.